Learning is so very important for our children. And as I mentioned the last time, our children who are in apartment housing with limited resources are 4.5 times more likely to drop out of high school. Learning begins with adventure, and that's what we're going to learn about today.
Welcome back to the series, because life is for learning, and I want to teach you how to create an adventure bag for your child and one for yourself. First, you're going to need a bag that you already own. This shouldn't cost anything to create this adventure bag. You can use a kid-sized backpack, maybe their last year's school backpack, or a tote bag. I have a tote bag right here. That's happened to be what I have, and I'm going to show you each item that you can put in there. This bag is approximately for kids that are age 2 to about 12 at the most, maybe 10, it all depends. First, you're going to make sure you need a hat. A hat is a good thing to have on an adventure. Keeps out the sun, and it just kind of gives it a really cool, fun thing. If you have a safari type hat, that's great. And if the weather is not very warm, grab a sweatshirt or a pullover sweatshirt. Also, you're going to want to make sure you put some books in there. Books that you already have. If you don't have books, you can go to the library and borrow some. I have books. And if you notice, my books are not cartoon character based. I'm not against those. I'm just saying they get enough of that. Also, you need a buddy. And it could be a little buddy, like a little stuffed animal, like a little dog. Depends on how big your bag is. Or a bigger buddy. You've got to have adventures with a buddy. Also, I suggest a color book or a sticker book with some crayons that your kid would like, because this will fill in if you have to wait or the rain comes and you didn't plan on that. Also, a little sunscreen wouldn't hurt. Whatever sunscreen you already have. I've got cream sunscreen also. Also, a bag to collect treasures. You can use a paper bag that you already own, or get an old gift bag from Christmas, or a Ziploc. I like using these sizes because then the treasures are limited to what size of bag you have. This tends to be a little sturdier, and you can see. But this is cool, and you can color this bag. You can see I wrote my treasures on it. And also, if you're going to be gone for more than an hour, I suggest packing a snack bag. Since it's going to be mom or a parent and a child, take one of their little lunch bags, the little insulated lunch bag, put your ice pack in there, grab some drinks, and I mean good drinks. Water, that's a good drink for both of you, and then juice, that's 100% juice. Skip the 10% juices. You can have those once in a while, but this is a better choice. Also, let's do some fruit. You know, I like several kinds of fruit. I like bananas. I happen to have banana freeze-dried chips, we call them baby oranges, and an apple. You know, but I do have a little girl that I tutor with. She doesn't care for baby oranges, but she loves apples and bananas. So pack what your kid will eat. Pack what you already have on hand. Also, some protein, like little meat sticks. I like those. They can be borderline on the high fat content, but don't worry about that. Your kid will be running around and running all that energy off. Also, some snack crackers or granola bars. Whatever this is, I'm putting a lot in here. You know, this would be for like 4 or 5 of us. Also, a little baggie of chips. I prefer this over candy. At least you're getting a vegetable in. These are root vegetables. There's beets, taro, and I can't remember the other ones, but I really like those. Or you could pop a bag of microwave popcorn and take it to go. When you're going on these adventures, I want to make sure that you build anticipation in your child. Say, hey, let's get our adventure bag. Let's put some books in here. Just kind of make it super exciting. Then they'll be like, where are we going? Well, I can't tell you. It's a secret adventure. You'll find out when we go on our adventure. Do all these things. And don't forget to pack yourself a bag. Put some things in it for yourself. A hat, a scarf, gloves, a coat, whatever you need that matches that time of the year. Maybe a rain jacket, maybe an umbrella. Maybe you need to make sure you pick the right shoes for your adventure. If you're going to go puddle jumping, you might want to make sure that you have your rubber boots on or your water shoes. Just let your imagination go wild. Also, bring yourself a sheet or a blanket to sit on. I'm sitting on an oldest sheet right now, and you can see in the background I have picked a field out at our house, and you can just make whatever you do an adventure and fun, and they will talk about it and talk about it when they get home to daddy or the neighbor or the postman if he'll listen. Just build anticipation in your kids and they will enjoy this. Don't say, oh, well, you can't take your device. No devices. That's one thing you don't see in my bag. You don't see battery operated toys, or you don't see one-use toys that only do one thing, and or phones or iPads. They have their place, but not in the summer and spring adventures that we're going to be using. You want to give your child an opportunity to imagine and be creative. Crayons are one use because they only color one thing, but they're full of imagination. Blue can be water, sky, hair on a people person that they draw. You know, the sky's the limit when you got crayons and paper. I mean, you could color in the color book with them, and you can have a snack, and you can just listen to some good music. Some kid music with patriotic songs, some kid music by Cedarmont Kids where you listen to Christian songs, whatever is your thing that you enjoy. We're trying to create an atmosphere of calmness, imagination, creativity, and spending time and bonding together. Your kids will love spending time with you. They will love you reading a book to them on the picnic blanket, eating popcorn under the shade of a tree. If that's the only adventure that you can come up with because your budget's limited, you don't have very far to drive because you don't have enough gas for the week. I get it. But do what you can with what you got. Pack your bag with the things you already own. If you don't own things, when their birthday or Christmas comes around and people ask, what do they want? Hey, crayons, a new stuffed animal, a new bag for their adventure bag, a treasure collecting bag instead of a Ziploc, new color book, new books, excuse me, there's bugs. So just have fun planning adventures. So remember, if you did not watch the first video, please go back and look at that first video on the introduction of Life is for Learning, and then you can see my disclaimer of, use some common sense when you're doing things with your kids outside. I think most of you can handle that, and I'm so glad you joined us on this series. Cannot wait for you to come back and see our adventures that we're going to do, our many adventures that are free or nearly free in Life is for Learning. Thanks for joining me, and hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you later.